Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge without speech or language, without a sound to be heard. Their voice has gone out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, like a bridegroom emerging from his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and runs its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. Judgments of the Lord are true, being altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them indeed your servant is warned, and keeping them is great reward. Who can discern his own errors? Cleanse me from my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me, then I will be blameless and cleansed of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Oh Lord, my rock and my Redeemer. Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory.
Here, grace and peace, everybody. We are back up in the building. Hopefully you all had a wonderful Tuesday. It's a rainy day here in Georgia. A rainy night in Georgia. Insert Bill Withers at any point here. Editor Jason. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Am I still muted? I try to catch it. Did it? Am I still muted? Oh, yay. Hold on, let me listen on the other side. I'm good to go. Oh, see, there we go. We good to go. I did leave it. I had it muted. You're right. I'm getting better, y'all. I really am. I'm also noticing I'm glitching too. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully we don't have any problems with this stream tonight. All right. I need to talk about this very quickly. I have no idea why Umar Johnson talks about some of the stuff that Umar Johnson talks about. It's going to have to be studied by science. I have no idea. It is almost as if he feels like he has to speak on a topic, even though he's not informed on said topic, or he's gotten his information from a source that can't be relied on. Because he was on a podcast, and I think this guy's here in Atlanta. So I don't know, he had to have been in Atlanta this weekend. And so it's their podcast. It's up their podcast. They did an interview with Umar Johnson, and their strategy is to drop snippets of the larger form content so that people will be interested in and watch the full video when the full video comes out. Makes perfect sense. Got no problem with that. Lots of content creators do that. So there's two segments where he talks about the Karmelo Anthony case, whether or not he thinks that the trial was fair, and whether or not he thinks Karmelo Anthony should have got 35 years. And this is so bad. I really think that we could turn this into, what does he actually get right? Like, this could be a segment, like, what does he actually get correct? Because he says so much stuff that's wrong in here. I almost thought that it was a joke. Like, he from the word go, he's going to say something so bad. I'm pretty sure every one of y'all are gonna be like, what in the world? Like, like it doesn't make sense to be this wrong. And it's a clear wrong. Like it's not even like it was something hidden. Everybody will know that this was wrong. So shout out to the best live chat. I'm glitching. What is that about? I'm about to yeah. I have no idea. Started doing this today. Umar is ignorant as heck about things. He needs attention. Yeah, I thought about it. I was talking to a content creator before the stream started. And I really think that Umar Johnson, sadly, is afflicted with the problem that people look to him as a voice of they almost treat him like he's supposed to have knowledge on everything. Right. And we know that you can't have knowledge on everything. And there's certain topics that you should tap out on. Even if you're an expert in one, it doesn't mean you're an expert in another one. And sadly, I've seen Umar Johnson talk about geopolitics, religion, faith, elections, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, you can't be a 10 in all of those. You're going to have to say at some point, yeah, this is outside my wheelhouse. I don't think I can talk intelligently on this. I've never seen a topic that Umar Johnson won't talk about, even though he won't talk about it intelligently. I'm gonna bring this in, y'all. Y'all are not ready for this one. I mean, literally I'm gonna go with the first 10 seconds of this clip. You're gonna be like, wait, what did I just hear? I promise you. So let's bring this in. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Y'all know how we do this. If you don't mind, please. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Never forgave Carmelo Anthony for what happened to his son. Daddy Metcalf never forgave Carmelo Anthony for what happened to his son. But let that have been a black mother or a black father. They would have forgave him the minute they got the phone call.
I do want to start somewhere.
We made it 13 seconds. We made it 13 seconds. And he was already lying from the word go. He said that Jeff Metcalf did not forgive Carmelo Anthony. He said that. And he's going to say it later on, too, so you can make sure you get it in running context. But I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? That was the big scandal of him forgiving him literally like 2 days after the fact. And then going to the public press conference to pray with the family. That was a whole scandal. Anyway, he's going to say some more wild stuff. So we might need to keep track of how many things he says that are wrong. So we already got one, but it's going to get worse. Let's go.
Though that is pressing on Black America. There's a lot of people speaking about it. I want to start with the Carmelo Anthony case.
Yes, sir.
To me, it feels bigger than a courtroom. There's a young black man that's convicted and there's a white young man that's dead. The family is grieving. The internet is divided and black parents are looking at this, wondering, how do we protect our sons? Did you have a chance to look at the case, and what do you feel about, we'll get to the sentencing. Let's deal with the verdict first. What do you feel about the verdict?
What did you say before that? We'll get to the
sentencing.
The sentencing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to say this. Caucasian nation, the good white folks of America, are so.
So I need you real quick. Umar Johnson is speaking to all our less melanated brothers and sisters. If you are one that has not been blessed with a high melanin count, please pay attention, because I need you to explain what he's about to say. I need you to explain. So I need you to explain. Please prepare yourself for what he's about to say. And we're keeping a running total. At the current moment, he is 1 for 1 as it relates to wrong answers. Watch this one.
First of all, I want to say this. Caucasian nation, the good white folks of America, are so disingenuous. And the reason I say Caucasian nation is so disingenuous, Loon, is because when black people receive an unfair trial, we are supposed to respect the verdict. But when white people feel that they haven't received a fair trial, they don't have to respect the verdict.
All right. So I would love to know, do y'all do this? Do the less melanated people, the Caucasian nation, do y'all, if you feel like a verdict did not go in you don't have to respect it? If a verdict didn't go in your favor, you just You don't have to respect it. And what does that mean? Like, what are y'all doing? I'd love to know what y'all do in, to show protest about this. What are y'all doing? Like, I want to know. Don't be holding it back. I want to know what y'all are doing. This man is crazy. Please explain to us what is unfair about. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought the trial was right on the money fair. He's a complete fraud. No, there's no argument there for me at all. Caucasian nation? I mean, right. Well, shout out. What are y'all doing? Like, when y'all feel that the trial is unfair, what do y'all do? Y'all not out here rioting? Well, what are you doing? Just deal with it. That's what most normal, sane people do. And I'll give you a little hint, too. Most black people just deal with it. We're just like, okay. But it's going to get better. I'm telling you, he's what is this? He's 2 for 2? 2 answers and 2 wrong answers? Let's keep it going.
The other thing that makes Caucasian Nation so disingenuous, Loon,
Y'all disingenuous.
is they always like to treat every black case in its own special vacuum. In other words, when
This is something, and shout out to Johnny Walker Dread. I'm going to have to pull up his clip. He did a fantastic video about this. You cannot, and we've heard it all during the Karmelo Anthony trial. What about XYZ person? Kyle Rittenhouse, George Zimmerman, this person, that person, this person. We keep hearing those cases, and they're not the same. They're not the same case. And so what Umar Johnson is saying here, when somebody looks at the Karmelo Anthony case in its totality, only the Karmelo Anthony case, that's what white people do. Apparently, other people groups, we got to lump every case that's ever happened in the history of man in order to adjudicate what happened with Karmelo Anthony. I'm going to back that up so you can understand what he's saying. Because, again, now he's 3 for 3. Somebody keep track for me. He's 3 for 3.
like to treat every black case in its own special vacuum. In other words, when we talk about Karmelo Anthony, we can't talk about the man who took Trayvon Martin's life.
Different case.
George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. You can't put it in context.
Can't mix it.
We can't talk about Rick Child, who took Cyrus Carmack Belton's life. We can't talk about Kyle Rittenhouse getting off, Rick Child getting off. Daniel Penny choked a man out in a New York subway and got off on standing his ground, and the man never touched him. The reason white society, Caucasian nation, doesn't like black people to discuss our legal lynchings in context, because if you put it in context, Loon, you cannot come to any other decision that there are 2 standards of justice in this country. One black.
Okay, so please keep track. Tina, you might be the student of the day to keep track, because I can't keep track. I think we're on 4 for 4. I'm trying to find him actually saying something I agree with. Maybe that's what I need to find. It's going to be a longer video to find. It's actually going to be a shorter video, finding something that we actually agree on. This guy is so wrong. It's actually pitiful. Like, I pity him that you can't look at the Karmelo Anthony case and see that a black man killed another human being, an image bearer of Christ. He killed another person, and just say that that's wrong. You got to bring in all these other stories, which, by the way, do not relate, which, by the way, have no correlation at all. But you want to bring those in to muddy the water. This is like some epic game of whataboutism. That's what he wants to do. He wants to bring a bunch of whataboutism in, rather than just deal with the fact that this is what happened. The facts and the evidence in front of us prove, or rather sustain, the idea that Karmelo Anthony is guilty. Hence why he is no longer running free amongst us, and he's a resident of the Gray Bar Hotel. And that's it. There's no injustice. There's none of that stuff. It's just the fact that the man killed somebody and he went to jail for it. We could just put this on a piece of paper and say, a boy killed another boy. He had no reason to kill him. He got to go to jail. It's really that simple. Like 8 sentences tops.
One white, and it's been that way for 407 years. Now, with that being said, we have to understand that to be black in America is a crime in and of itself. In fact, the original crime of America is to be black.
This right here, I got to back this up, y'all. I don't think it was a juror. I don't think it was a juror in this case, but I know what you're talking about, Bones, but I don't think it was in this case. But I did hear somebody say that. Y'all, listen to this right here. I got to give him a big screen. You got to get a big screen on this, Umar, because this is so stupid.
In fact, the original crime of America is to be black.
The original crime.
The original crime. The original
The
sin,
first crime.
The first crime was to be black. Because remember, Loon, we were never supposed to be citizens. We were never supposed to be free. We were never supposed to be here after slavery ended. So every time a white person sees you, your existence itself is a crime against white humanity. Now,
I never want to be this miserable in my life that I can look at somebody else and craft an entire narrative about them just because of their skin color. That's some crazy work. I don't ever want to do that unless, of course, I'm like a fiction book writer or something and I'm getting paid. Otherwise, Umar Johnson has got to be the most ridiculous, insane person that ever gets seated on a podcast. It's crazy work. I just want to know how much he gets paid to do this. I just want to know. It's got to be a thing. It's got to be a thing. I want to know how much this guy pays him. Yeah, I don't know. He might as well say 5 quadrillion years. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. And the bad thing is, we haven't reached the high watermark of insanity yet. He's still got more insanity. We're still building up to Insaneville.
with the Karmelo Anthony situation, we also see clearly that black people have no legal right to stand your ground, even in a state where standing your ground is legal.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm going to back up so y'all can remember that. You don't get to stand your ground if I'm a burglar and I break into your home and I delete the homeowner and I say, well, I was standing my ground, or I'm standing in your front yard and you're like, Jason, get out of my front yard. No, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stand here in your front yard. And then you come at me to push me and I stab you and I say, well, I was standing my ground. No, sir, this is not your ground. You did not. This is some insane foolishness. But wait, he actually said something stupider.
Even in a state where standing your ground is legal.
That's crazy to me. And so for me, that affects my understanding, because I'm having trouble comprehending how, okay, I'm sitting down, he's standing up. Before we get into the details of the case, though, do you think he got a fair trial, Karmelo Anthony?
He could not get a fair trial.
It was impossible.
It was impossible. He's in Collin County, Texas. Black people are 10%. If that, how is he going to get a fair trial? Loon, if the trial was going to even attempt to be fair, why would there be no black jurors?
Why would it need to be a black juror? Why is it not fair that there wasn't a black juror on the jury? Tell me why it wasn't fair, though. This is the thing I think we have to push back on. Push back on the narrative. What is unfair about having a non-black jury? What is the unfairness, if you could? Like, break it to me. What is unfair? And don't let them trick you into giving answers. Like, literally say, like, what's unfair about it? Would a black juror see the knife, see the video, see that there was no defensive wounds? Would they come to a different conclusion? Why? Why would they come to a different conclusion? There's a content creator, After Prison podcast. He ordered the actual knife that they say Karmelo Anthony had. It's a mean little thing. It's mean. You're like, well, why did he have that at the school? Like, what was the purpose of having this at the school? It was not a Boy Scout knife either, by the way. Matter of fact, I'll play it afterwards. But he did a quick short showing the weapon, showing it. It's a mean little piece. I mean, it would definitely get you out of the woods. I'll tell you that much. But my point is, so a black juror would see that and they would come back with not guilty? Explain that to me. Like what? How do you come to that conclusion?
For the trial to even, the Constitution says you're supposed to be tried by a jury of who? Your peers. They had a jury of all whites. Every man was Caucasian.
So a jury of your peers means you have to have people of your ethnic expression on the jury, or it's not a fair jury or a fair trial. Please forgive me. I've never heard this before in my life. I've never heard this before in my life. I mean, I am pretty sure I don't know every jury that's ever been seated. Oh, wait till you hear what he says about grand juries. But I don't know the composition of every jury that's ever been juried. But I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go on a limb and say, this is not the first time you've had for lack of a better term, mono-ethnic jury. And actually, it really isn't a mono-ethnic jury because there were Hispanics and Arabs in there as well. So no, but you got my point. A defendant who's not represented by the jury. I'm going to go on a limb and say that that's probably not the first time this happened. Probably not the second time. Probably the first time today, but maybe not yesterday. This is dumb, but wait, it's going to get stupider.
3 Asians, 1 Arab.
Okay, there we go.
Now, I want to say this to Black America Loon.
Wait till you hear, I'm sorry, I know I keep stopping. Wait till you hear how he justifies saying it's an all-white jury, even though he just said there were 3 Asians and an Arab. Wait until you hear this. This is some lyrical gymnastics that he's going to get a gold medal here. He's going to get a gold medal. He's going to win the FIFA World Cup for this. This is some gold medal shenanigans, and it's coming now.
Multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction. Multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction. And the reason I say multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction is because if non-white people of color gave a damn about us, Karmelo wouldn't be in jail. Asians don't care about you. Arabs don't care about you. Latinos don't care about you. If they did, Loon, why is there no difference in the outcomes when they are asked to weigh in on the guilt or innocence of African people? All non-blacks in America are white as far as consciousness and opinion goes.
But I think it's all.
So it's not the facts. It's not the truth of the truth claims of the prosecutor. It's not the defense of the defense. It's not the facts and the evidence that's being shared. It is the skin color, the ethnic expression of the person that determines whether they're guilty or not. I just want to make sure we heard that right. Yo, I don't know why this dude keep bringing him on his channel, man.
Always been a one-way street. I think black people has been so given with their love and understanding and their invites, and we receive very little in return for that.
And why do we still give it?
I don't know. I think we think it's a part of the barter system. I'm
gonna tell you why we still give it. Because we don't give it to each other.
That's a fact.
If black love and compassion and forgiveness is universal, why we don't have none for each other?
Right.
It ain't universal, Loon. Compassion and love for your non-black enemies is not a function of your spirituality. It's a function of your lack of self-respect. The reason we forgive white people as soon as they unalive us is because we deeply desire validation and acceptance by white folks. If you notice, Daddy Metcalf never forgave Karmelo Anthony for what happened to his son. But let that have been a black mother or a black father. They would have forgave him the minute they got the phone call. We don't teach people to respect black life because we forgive them as soon as they take black life. You ain't never seen no white person forgive no black person.
I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like we might actually have to watch something like Intelligent after this. Like, I almost think we might, because I got another segment and I'm starting to think I don't want to watch it because I feel like I might be actually insulting your intelligence. I mean, don't say that, hey pirate, because highway pirate, we all know that Jeff Metcalf forgave him publicly 2 days afterwards and then came to the public press conference to pray with the family. We know that, but that's why I'm saying Umar Johnson just be talking. That's what I'm saying. He just be talking. He just be yapping. He just be yapping. He just be talking. We might have to watch like a lecture or something after this, because I really don't want the intelligence level of this podcast and the best live chat on the internet to go down. We might look, because I feel like I might be insulting y'all intelligence, y'all. We got like 3 minutes left. Yeah, please forgive me. Please just write, I forgive me. I forgive you, Jason, in the chat. Let's go.
Even in a justifiable homicide, which is what Karmelo's situation was, they ain't never forgiven. Only black people do that. It has nothing to do with Jesus, Muhammad, or spirituality. It's about your need for white validation.
Do you think that the 35 years felt like justice, though? What
it should have never came to that, first of all. It should have never came to that, first of all.
So wait till you hear what he says about the grand jury. Here's the grand jury comment. I had to shut this down. I just couldn't. I honestly can't. Okay, let's go. You're not ready for this.
You think he should have got off innocent of the charges that was brought on Karmelo Anthony?
Let's go back, because you're putting the cart before the horse. Let's go back to the indictment from the grand jury. The grand jury decided Karmelo would be charged with murder. Who's on the grand jury, Loon? You don't know. It's a secret. I want you to see how white supremacy operates behind the scenes. You can't challenge the grand jury, Loon, because you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So the people who decided this 17-year-old would be charged with murder are complete secrets. And you and I both know they all white. Are you with me? So first, deal with the grand jury. Him being charged with murder.
Yo, this is like one of my phrases when I was a teacher was, you can be wrong, just don't be loud and wrong. Okay? Don't be loud and wrong. Now, you can be loud and right all day long. You can be right and quiet, but never be loud and wrong. You can be loud and right, or you can be quiet and right, but don't ever be loud and wrong. Umar Johnson never got that memo. He never got that memo. This man is loud and wrong, and I hate to say it, that host never calls him out. He says some of the most ridiculous things. I don't even know what number we're on. I quit counting. I was at 5, but I mean, I don't think he said anything that was right. Really, I don't think he said anything that was right here at all. And he just keeps doing it, man. It's like a sport. Let's go.
Was a crime in and of itself.
So what do you say about the event?
Let me give you one more. You're moving too fast. Hold on. In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. Grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
There's a whole list of crimes they could have went with.
So you're saying he should?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's clearly speaking from a different standpoint, because Texas law is not like that. You don't just give a manslaughter because you want to. It has to be a manslaughter charge, and there's no reason to see that it was just a mistake. Somebody explained it to me that if it were an accident, because he was doing something silly and goofy and accidentally pushed Austin Metcalf off and he fell down the stairs and broke his neck, that would be manslaughter, maybe like unintentional, but there would be some kind of charge of that nature. Murder is that you did something with the intent of hurting. You can't tell me that you thought that by putting a sharp piece of metal, let me get that video ready too, a sharp piece of metal into somebody that was going to tickle them. You can't say that. You can't say, oh, I was just joking. I took this and I stuck somebody with it. I was just kidding. Like, nobody believes that. So that being the case, that's why it was murder. Not because his age, and definitely not because of his ethnic expression. It's because he killed somebody. My dude, that's the problem. Okay, let me pull this. Okay, so I got the video ready. Is this right? Okay, I got Okay, cool. Got it. All right, let's let me finish this up with y'all, and then we'll look at that because we need to watch something that's intelligent. Okay, look at this, Chase. What are you doing? Bang.
He should have been charged, just not with the first degree murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
So
this could have been self-defense.
A white young boy body drops, and you think he should not have been charged.
The reason you labeled it a white boy is you're putting it within the context of the racism of American society. Let me flip it around for you, Loon. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened. Okay? Austin fell onto Karmelo's knife trying to attack him.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel like I might have shortchanged y'all, man. I feel like I let y'all down. What in the world did we just hear? Hold on one second. Un momento, por favor. What do you need, my love? Hi. What do you want? No, you don't. Leave that door open. Stop harassing me. Go in there and cook. I told you to go get us some drinks. Come on. Go to Zaxby's. My wallet is in there. You're a turkey, man. Get out of here. And I realized I did not mute the camera. I did not mute it. So you all heard me being such a terrible dad. Such a bad dad. Thanks. Go away. Go away. Just get some cash, baby. Goodbye. Yes, please. Yes, you heard me being a terrible dad. Just give me a half. Yeah, she's a turkey, man. She's just a turkey, man. Bye, baby. All right. Y'all, what is wrong with Umar Johnson, y'all? That man is crazy. Okay, so shout out to, I believe his name is Greg, over at the After Prison podcast. Oh, before we do that, hey, shout out so much. Thank you so much for the 5. Why doesn't he talk about black on black crime? Well, that doesn't matter to him at all. He's just trying to stoke a dumb fire. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate you, brother. And yeah, Umar Johnson's never going to call black people to account and say, we need to be held accountable for this action. It'll always be somebody else's fault. A reason will be given to juke and jive and get past that, and he'll always give it to him. He will always give it. All right, let me bring, I think his name is Greg. I hope it is. I hope I can just make that brother's name up. Anyway, he runs the After Prison podcast. Great content creator. He has spent time in the Gray Bar Hotel himself, and he likes to talk about stuff related to prison and people getting convicted and people going to jail. And so he actually ordered what's believed to be the knife that Karmelo Anthony had. All right. So let's bring this in. And I don't know if y'all have seen this, man. So this is the weapon that Karmelo Anthony allegedly.
The knife that Karmelo had. So there's your little seatbelt cutter right there at the bottom. Little bottle opener action somewhere. There's a flashlight, I guess, right
Why isn't it
there. But nobody cares about the flashlight. Nobody cares about the weight of this thing. All we care about is what we're getting ready to whip open right there. I also want to know, like, how quickly you can whip this open. Oh, my God. And you can, hey, I can almost, holy moly. That is the biggest 3 inches I've ever seen in my life. So,
all right. So that's the knife. And if you saw the picture on X this past week, that's what they're assuming. That's what the knife looked like. That is a pretty gnarly little piece. That's 3 inches. That is pretty intense. All right. Just want y'all to see that. Let's go.
serrated blade. Oh, my God. And that thing is sharp. And did you see how quickly it whipped out? Let's run that one more time, Steve. Yeah, that'll do the trick. All right. That is a Boy Scouts aid tool, as Charleston White liked to refer to it as. It's ugly. It's mean. It's uninviting. And that shit looks like it will do ungodly damage.
Another lie that they said. He brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. So what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a bottle opener. You lift this one up, it may be a screwdriver. And they're about this small. They're smaller than 3 inches. It was so small, you don't even see it when they take the picture next to the body because it laid next to the body right by the backpack.
To talk about the knife was so small, you couldn't even see it sitting next to the body. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sure.
And I just can't get over this. I can't get over that. You know, why would a knife have the ability to just whip, to go like that? Why would a knife have that? That is for immediate response. It's a hunting knife. Somebody had said this is actually used to gut a deer with. Well, something else got gutted with this as well, too, unfortunately. A young man got gutted with this. To say that this is 3 inches long and it was so small you couldn't even see it sitting next to the body. This thing is as big as my hand. When we looked at the picture on the website of this, I thought that it was a little, I got a relatively decent sized hand. This thing takes up my entire hand. The knife that Karmelo had.
All right.
So there's your little seatbelt cutter.
Hey, I'm going to make sure I drop the link in there. Y'all go check out this brother, the After Prison podcast show. Let me drop the link into the chat. But yeah, that's the what we believe to be the brand and style of knife that Karmelo Anthony used. What are y'all thinking about that? What do you think? What do you think? Wait. Okay, get it. Let me know. I was thinking about picking up one myself, but I'm like, I don't carry a knife, but I was thinking about picking up one just so I can see, what all the fuss is about. I mean, it looks like it's got some pretty serious weight to it. It looks like I'm sure for what it's used for, what you need it for is probably a decent weapon or a decent tool. I'm gonna call it a tool. Sorry. Yeah. I have a window breaker. I guess it has a seatbelt cutter on it too. I have a window breaker, but that's reasonable. I can rock with that. What's going on, brother? How are you? All right. We got to finish this up. There's another segment of Umar talking about why the 35 years is not substantial, is not good, or why it was unfair. I don't understand. I need to understand how he's coming to these conclusions. So I need y'all to walk with me to help me out. All right, so let's pull this in. I need y'all to help me out, y'all. Please help me. Please help me out here. What we got here? Jasmine Crockett said the knife was too small to be a deadly weapon. Well, it's clearly the size of it doesn't matter clearly because it killed somebody. So whether or not it was a Bowie knife like Crocodile Dundee or a nail file, it killed somebody. So that's beside the point. That that's that lyrical gymnastics where they're trying their best to come up with some way to make this make sense. It was a cleat cleaner. It was less than 2 inches. You could legally carry it. None of those things are the point. Like, you killed somebody. It don't matter if you killed them with a pool ball. You killed somebody. Like, why are we missing that little nuance? Why are we skipping over the biggest part of the equation? Somebody's not here breathing air because of something that you did. With a nail file or a pool ball is irrelevant. You are the reason why this person's not here. And you got to go to the Gray Bar Hotel. That's it. Time out in the Gray Bar Hotel. I don't know why it really isn't that complex. But see, we're trying to make it more complex than it needs to be. And therein is the rub. Like, we don't have to make it hard. If you delete somebody, you go to jail. Now, we might argue about and wrangle about whether 35 years is right or whether it should have been 99. But I don't think we can argue, and we definitely don't need to say that he wasn't going to go home that night, Tuesday night. We knew that. Anybody who thought otherwise was a fool, a whole bona fide fool. There was no reason to believe that. He was going to go to jail. And you know how I know he was going to go to jail? You know how I know he was going to go to jail? Because I played the song.
You're going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. Said you're going to jail tonight.
See, that's what Karmelo was listening to Tuesday. He knew he was going to jail. Only a fool thought he wasn't going to go to jail. That's it. Only a fool. You do the crime, you do the time. I mean, I hate to say it's that simple, but I mean, that's what kept a whole generation. I think the 80s babies, a lot of 80s babies stayed out of trouble because of that little rhyme. You do the crime, you do the time. What did you say here? Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much for the 5. Says this: I carry a firearm on me daily. I have never hurt anyone, and I'm 40. The caliber of the person matters much more than the caliber of the weapon. Shout out. Hold on, I gotta get you a sound effect for that. She said the caliber of the person. The caliber of the person matters much more than the caliber of the weapon. You gotta give her a sound effect. For sure. That's it. Because at the end of the day, and we've said this when we have the 2A arguments, right? You take away all of the weapons, it don't matter. We will find a way to kill. I mean, Cain killed Abel with a rock. We'll find a way to kill people. Humans in our sinful state, we're pretty good at sinning. You know, it's not the gun. I mean, look at the UK. Aren't they having all these knife attacks? It's not that. It's the fact that we're sinners. And what do? We sin. Shout out. That is an excellent point. Thank you so much for the 5, as well as the dropping them bars. All right, let's keep this dance going. Remind us the picture of Anthony. I don't know if that's true. Shout out. Thank you somehow. There's a lot of phony, false, and fake pictures floating around out here. And to be honest with you, I don't think that whether or not Carmelo Anthony was rocking, carrying a weapon, throwing up gang signs, none of that changes the fact that he killed somebody on that day. None of that changes on Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, he killed somebody. That's it. It might show to his character, it might show, and I think that the right thing was to find him guilty, 35 years. I'm fine with that. So I don't think anything else is needed, in my opinion. I don't think that's needed, but now they're trying to find all the terrible stuff about Jeff Metcalf and all the stuff about the dog walker and how dare the person that served your latte have this philosophy. Whatever. Carmelo's where he needs to be, in jail, because he's a killer. He murdered somebody. And I think I don't need to get into the weeds of, again, because we can get lost in the weeds about whether or not he was a thug, whether or not he was really a YN or whatever like that. He killed somebody. I think that's why Umar Johnson keeps getting so lost in the sauce, because he can't admit and come to grips with it's a terrible game of whataboutism. And I don't think, and we can play it on both sides. We can say, well, what about the fact that he was carrying a gun? What about him throwing gang signs? This one, what about Trayvon Martin? What about Emmett Till? No, this dude killed somebody and that's it. And that was a pretty gnarly knife that he used. I don't even, why were you carrying that? I guess that's the only thing I'm really bothered by is you wanted us to believe it was self-defense, but you didn't get up and explain to us why it was self-defense. You're in exactly, Carmelo Anthony is exactly where he's supposed to be, in jail for 35 years. Okay, let's go.
Can Dr. Umar acquit a white boy of murder and self-defense?
Yes. Do you think that the 35 years felt like justice, though? What
it should have never came to that, first of all. It should have never came to that, first of all.
So you think he should have got off innocent of the charges that was brought on Karmelo Anthony?
Let's go back, because you're putting the cart before the horse.
Say most of that.
Let's go back to the indictment from the grand jury. The grand jury decided Karmelo would be charged with murder. Who's on the grand jury, Loon? You don't know. It's a secret. I want you to see how white supremacy operates behind the scenes. You can't challenge the grand jury, Loon, because you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So the people who decided this 17-year-old would be charged with murder are complete secrets. And you and I both know they all white. Are you with me? So first, deal with the grand jury. Him being charged with murder was a crime in and of itself.
So what do you say about the event?
Let me give you one more. You're moving too fast. Hold on. In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. Grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
There's a whole list of crimes they could have went with.
So you're saying he should have been charged, just not with the first degree murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
So
this could have been self-defense.
A white young boy body drops, and you think he should not have been charged.
The reason you labeled it a white boy is you're putting it within the context of the racism of American society.
No, we're putting it in the context of your racism, Umar Johnson. Everything that you've talked about has been in the context of race. There's not one thing that you've talked about since you've been on this podcast that wasn't about race. Everything. That's how you talk about geopolitics. That's how you talk about the weather. That's how you talk about prices of rice at Kroger. You always bring race into it, Umar Johnson. You are captivated by race. Your only shtick is to talk about race. That's it. That's it. I'm waiting for somebody to tell you that Karmelo Anthony was dating a white girl. Well, actually, she was Hispanic. I take that back. But I'm waiting for somebody to tell you that so that you can go on a racist rant about that. You are a racist, Umar, because you love white people. You see white people as the only valid human beings. You, Umar, see yourself as being inferior to white people, hence why you must always drag them down in order to feel good about yourself. You can't say, I've been married for 25 years. I got a daughter in college. I got a daughter rising junior. My wife is happy, healthy, and safe. We're doing great things in our church. You can't do that because you're not doing that. You're not. And the only way you can feel valid, Umar, is by you dragging down white people. That's it. That's the only way you find validity. That's the only way you feel good about yourself. The only way you feel like you matter is to say, let me drag white folk down. Let me dog them out because that makes me feel good. Because, sir, you got 2-3 baby mamas running around here. You're a scam, a fraud, and a phony about that school. There's nothing that you add of value, sir. So the only way that you can be valuable is by tearing down somebody else. My name is Jason J. Witt at jwitt.com.
Let me flip it around for you, Loon. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened. Okay? Austin fell onto Karmelo's knife trying to attack him because...
Yeah, he did say that, y'all. He did say that. He did say that. Let me make sure I got this right. What evidence supports what you just said, Umar? You know, this is what Umar Johnson wants you to believe. Y'all in the best live chat on the internet. Green hearts in the chat if you are in the chat. I just want to make sure we can all see. All right. This is what he wants you to believe. Okay. He wants you to believe that Austin and his brother Hunter beat up Karmelo. And Karmelo, in a fit of trying to defend himself, pulls out the switch and stabs Austin and everybody fell back, and he was able to escape. That's what he wants you to believe. Now, the video evidence does not show that. Even the baby shaking Minister of Justice, Dominique Alexander, even said that the video does not show that anybody jumped Karmelo. But I digress. Umar Johnson wants you to believe that Austin and his brother Hunter jumped the boy, was beating him up, and he gave him the waka waka, stabbed him, and got away. He also wants you to believe that 20, well, let's just say 18 high schools. I know there was like 3 adults that testified, that were witnesses. They want you to believe that 18 high schoolers saw this happen. They saw one of their classmates, a friend, their colleague, their peer die. And they know that they were in the process of beating up this little boy, and the little boy defended himself and stabbed him. They saw that, and they know the truth. But in Umar Johnson's crazy crackhead mind, he thinks that 18 high schoolers were able to go to court in this crazy world, and all 18 of them told the exact same lie. Every one of them. Along with the 3 adults that also testified. Nobody said that Hunter was giving him the work. Nobody said that Austin had him in a headlock, was giving him the beat down. Not a soul said that. And you know who else did not say that? Karmelo Anthony did not say that. But this is what Umar Johnson thinks, that you are that smooth brain to believe. I'm doing a bird hands. It's sad to watch, because I'm like, the truth of the matter is Karmelo Anthony killed that boy in cold blood. Whether he woke up this morning to do it or just thought about it when he opened it up inside of his bag, that's not the argument that we're making. He did kill somebody, and he did it in cold blood. And where he is currently at is where he needs to be for the next 3.5 decades. That's it. But instead of that reality, instead of being honest, they will come up with all of this lyrical gymnastics, twist themselves into a phonetic pretzel, and still look stupid and still look dumb, because what they're saying is not true. It doesn't comport with reality. That's not the reality. No, nobody corroborated what you just said, Umar. I'm going to back it up so y'all can hear it. Hold on. Didn't I tell her to go get something to drink? Why is there a bag of food? I think that's a bag of food. Y'all gonna hear me fussing at my child in about 8 minutes. She better not have gone. Is she there? I see a bag of food in there. I know I told her to get something to drink. Hi there, my favorite firstborn. Hi, how are you? What'd you get? Oh, okay. Is that all that you got? What else did you get? Why did you get food? Give me my drink. Give me my drink. I did not say. I told. Hold on. No, roll the tape back. Did I tell her to get something to eat, or something to drink? In the chat, give me a burger if I said something to eat. Give me a drink or a cup. I said something to drink. You know good and well, child. No, note the fact that you're gonna be walking the rest of this week. Note that fact. I'm listening.
Go get yourself some Zaxby's came in the middle of our conversation of what I was gonna eat. Let's know.
No, drinks. No.
Oh my gosh, let's actually
No.
know.
Let's note
that there was a confusion.
No, there was no confusion.
You want to know the funniest part?
Now that they're getting you. Oh, for every burger, that's yes, every burger, there's one more mile she can walk tomorrow. There we go.
So I was hungry. Also, let me know.
Why did you cook something?
Let me tell you the funniest part. You want to know the best part? You didn't even pay for it. I did. Ha! Bet you feel stupid now. Because their card reader wasn't working. So funnily enough, technically me taking your card was like me Like, if you actually didn't pay for a single thing, and I
can't stand you.
and run to Chick-fil-A just so I could use your card, but something told me don't.
Right,
Honest.
right. Be honest. That's a good point. Goodbye, child.
Yeah, bet you feel pretty bad now.
No, I don't feel bad.
Bet you feel pretty bad.
I don't.
Mhm.
Let me tell you what I
Put that
don't.
in the chat.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Mm.
Child, go away.
$15.
I'm up $15. Great day. What did you in the world, man? All right, thank y'all so much. See, I mean, this is what we do over here. Okay, we had to take a station break. Thank y'all so much. We had to take a station break because now we got to bring Umar back up in here. Umar, come on back up here to Friends of Church, man. Oh my gosh, he looked like he in trouble. He looked like he about to lie. All right, I'm gonna back up just a little smidgen. Let's go.
If two 210 pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135 pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him, or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened. Okay. Austin fell onto Karmelo's knife trying to attack him because the knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2. Loon, if I'm stabbing you, why am I going halfway with a knife blade that's only 3.5 inches?
I feel sorry for this man. I feel sorry for him. Like we saw the blade, man. We saw the blade. No matter what, the knife. No. Well, first of all, him falling on him is stupid because that would mean that there would be blood all over Karmelo. There would have been blood all over him. You stab somebody right in the heart. There's immediate blood exiting that wound. This is sad. This is just sad. Just admit, just hold Karmelo accountable and say, you deserve to go to jail. You did wrong. Whether you meant it or not is not the argument. You did wrong and you're going to jail. Like, instead of that, you were coming up with he fell on the knife. I've never heard that before. And nobody said that in court. But y'all come up with the same story. Y'all done made up this story that he fell down on the knife. And that's what happened. Lord have mercy.
Because the knife is 3.5 inches. The cut was only 2. Loon, if I'm stabbing you, why am I going halfway with a knife blade that's only 3.5 inches? You fell onto my knife. Regardless, Loon, do you really think those 2 black boys who fell on that white boy's knife are going to get convicted of murder in 35 years?
No.
Do you think they even get indicted with murder?
That's a fact. No,
We know
I
they don't. You know why? Because there's the case of another boy by the name of Kason Allison. Have you heard of him?
No.
Same year, same state.
Former Belton High student Kason Allison was sentenced today to the maximum 10 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of fellow student Joe Ramirez.
This comes after a jury found Allison guilty of criminally negligent homicide, and a judge added a deadly weapon enhancement to his potential sentence. 6 News reporter Sydney Walker was in the courtroom for today's sentencing and has the latest.
Nearly 3 years after Joe Ramirez died, the man who stabbed him will spend a decade behind bars. Judge Wade Faulkner sentenced Allison to 10 years in confinement in the institutional division. This comes after 9 witnesses testified, including the mothers of both Ramirez and Allison, school employees who responded to the stabbing, and Allison's therapist. 3 Belton ISD staff members described lasting trauma from that day: sleepless nights, anxiety, and PTSD. One teacher said the incident forced her into medical retirement. Joe's family tearfully shared how his loss has changed their lives and say they haven't received true justice. The defense presented Allison's parents and counselor, who testified about his growth and remorse over 3 years of therapy, revealing that Allison is now a father. Defense attorney Boyd warned that prison would be a, quote, death sentence for his client, and asked for just 2 years. But prosecutors successfully argue for the maximum, calling Ramirez's death, quote, entirely avoidable. When Faulkner announced the 10-year sentence, Ramirez's family erupted in applause and cheers. The judge quickly restored order while Allison's family sat in stunned silence. Following the sentencing, Ramirez's mother took the stand, looked Allison in the eye, and said, quote, You get this measly 10-year sentence while I'm serving a life sentence without my son. The DA's office said, quote, they hope today's verdict can allow Joe's family and our community to move forward. Allison was immediately taken into custody and booked into the Bell County Jail, where he began his sentence today. In Belton,
What happened?
So let me stop for a second, because you could probably run with that and say, "Oh, the similarities are profound." Well, a couple things. The family said that they didn't think that that was just, and notice they didn't riot, they didn't start any hashtags, and they're not. I haven't seen them on any interviews. But do you notice who actually were witnesses? His therapist was a witness for the killer. Who was the witness for Karmelo Anthony? 6 witnesses, and none of them were experts or professionals. They had teachers that were witnesses in the trial. Where were the witnesses for Karmelo Anthony that he was such a great student? Where were they? I'm sorry. His mama was a witness. Where was Carmelo's mama? So, no, there's the similarities. If you want to try to make them a pound for pound, then you got to carry it all the way out. The man did. If I don't know what the situation is about the attack that caused him to kill somebody, but it sure don't sound like they're the same things. Just something to point out. Let's go.
The case in Allison's case, Loon, this white boy invited this Latino boy to the school's bathroom for a fight. The white boy, case in Allison, was armed with a knife. He invites him to fight him with a knife. And in the course of the fight, he pulled.
So did Karmelo Anthony invite somebody to come fight him? Did somebody come and fight him? I'm just wondering. This is what happens when you play whataboutism. You realize that your situations are not the same. And this one is not the same. They fought in the school bathroom, mutual combatants, or rather thought he was going to be a mutual combatant. That's not what happened with Karmelo Anthony at all. I'm just wondering, like, Umar, again, we don't need to play whataboutism. Just accept that Karmelo Anthony is where he needs to be. He has a nice cot. He's got 3 hots and a cot at the Gray Bar Hotel, and he's going to be there for the next 3.5 decades. That's where he's supposed to be. Don't worry about other people. Let's not create these other whataboutisms. Leave that for the legal experts. Where Karmelo Anthony is where Karmelo Anthony needs to be. Because where Austin Metcalf is where he should not be. That's all. He's beyond ridiculous. I mean, the dude, he just be making up stuff. He be making up stuff out of whole cloth. It is a crazy sight to behold. Okay, let's go.
Pulls out the knife, stabs the Latino 4 times. He dies alone. Same year, same state. He doesn't get charged with murder. He got charged with aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something to that effect. Guess what his sentence was?
What?
Premeditated. Karmelo didn't know they was coming into the tent. Kaysen's case, he invited the boy. He invited him to the bathroom, shanked him 4 times, Loon, murdered him. Even the students in the school said he was saying he wanted to put him on life support. Guess what his charge was? Aggravated involuntary manslaughter or something similar. Guess what the sentence was? 10 years. Guess when he'll get paroled? In 5. Help me understand something, Loon. Help me understand. Karmelo Anthony, Kaysen Allison. Same age, same state. The one, self-defense, murder conviction, 35 years. The other, premeditated stabbing 4 times, aggravated manslaughter.
It's crazy.
10-year sentence. He's home in 5.
Let me ask you a question. Why are you bringing this story up? Well, and I can see, there's some disparity, and I'm willing to give you that. But why would you bring this story in? Because you have not admitted that Karmelo Anthony killed that boy. Because the problem is, if Karmelo Anthony was trying to claim self-defense, he should have gotten up on that stand and made the plea of self-defense. They was mollywopping me. They had me, there was 2 of them. They beat me up, and they was beating me up. They was about to curb stomp me, blah, blah, blah. He should have done it. He fell on my knife. All that stuff should have been expressed by Karmelo Anthony. None of that was. Because all of this story that you're telling me right here, okay, fine. I mean, yeah. But every case is not a pound for pound for the next case. It's just not. So what are we doing? Let's go.
Because Karmelo was convicted of murder, Loon, he has to do half the sentence.
Yes.
17 and a half years. Kason Allison, 4 shanks. He'll be home in 5.
So you think it's racism is the reason why they didn't interpret it with a lesser charge at any level? Because they could have did it before they charged him.
Grand
they
jury
did
sets the charge.
But they could have, in the jury, they could have interpreted a lesser charge too.
Okay.
The jury, yeah, the grand jury, they can indict you, yes, but there's other instances and road markers where that charge can be augmented or reduced, whatever like that. So
let's deal with that. Judge Cockroach told the jury, you can consider manslaughter. I don't believe he did that to help Karmelo. He did that to make sure Karmelo didn't walk like Rick Child-Che-Mean in Columbia, South Carolina. You see that?
Yeah.
Rick Child.
So one of the things that Umar does is explain that, because I mean, Karmelo had the option, the jury had the option of manslaughter. That was on the table. It was there. They didn't come back to it. So why are the judge gave them the option. The jury did not see it as that. I don't know how Rick Child comes into the equation, but this is some crazy work, y'all.
Jury was given no instruction to consider a lesser charge. Find him guilty of murder or he walks. They did it on purpose. It was a setup. First of all, both cases were setups, and we'll get to Cyrus Carmack Belton later.
Yes.
With Carmelo Anthony's case, Judge Cockroach told the jury they could consider manslaughter, Loon, not to help Karmelo get a lesser charge, to make sure Karmelo wouldn't be acquitted.
And I believe that there's definitely strategy involved with all things when you get into that court.
Strategy? How about, okay, Mike Howard is the lead attorney for Carmelo Anthony, right? Caucasian Mike Howard. And then
where's the responsibility of anybody? Like, so I guess Carmelo Anthony didn't stab Austin Metcalf. Like, that's not what happened. Everybody else is guilty of something. Everybody else. You didn't impugn the whole grand jury. Now you're about to drag the attorney. You didn't drag the judge, but you have not dragged Carmelo Anthony in his actual actions. He killed somebody. And that's the nose blindness that we in the Black community, we as a highly melanated, must stop doing. We have to call spades spades. We have to call things, call balls and strikes. What Carmelo Anthony did was wrong. That's it. I mean, that's it. We don't have to make it more than that. It's just he was wrong. He should not have done that. And where he is, whether he intended to do it is not my argument. He killed somebody. There's somebody who's not on this earth because of the actions of Carmelo Anthony. Therefore, Carmelo Anthony must pay for said actions. I don't know about the other guy that shanked the boy in the bathroom or all these other arguments that we can have. We're going to look at this case right here. That's the thing. People like Umar Johnson knows that Carmelo Anthony is wrong. He's dead wrong for that. But instead of just admitting that he's wrong, they got to bring in 55 other stories. What about isms and all these other scenarios and this whole fanciful story about them jumping him and falling on a knife and all this kind of stuff. I'm waiting for when does a wizard and warlock show up. So instead of that and just being honest and saying, yeah, the young blood shouldn't have did that. He needs to have his emotional regulation in place. And now he's getting his emotional regulation at the Gray Bar Hotel, concierge service. Instead of that, we come up with all of these other dumb stories. And that's why people don't take Umar Johnson seriously. That's why people don't look at us seriously, because we'll sit here and make up all of these stories, but we'll watch what goes on every weekend in Chicago, every weekend in Memphis, every weekend in any major city, and we'll ignore it. We won't say a word about it until there's a racial, ethnic expression or disparate that we can bring up and capitalize on. That's why they don't bring up black on black crime, because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They only care when somebody of less melanin does something to somebody of high melanin and they can capitalize on it. That's it. They don't care. Umar Johnson loves white people. He loves white people. He loves them so much that they become the high watermark for all of his existence. That's why he can't talk about anything that black folk do without caveating it around white folk. And prove me wrong. Find me Umar Johnson celebrating his family. Find me Umar Johnson celebrating God working in his life and helping him raise his family. You won't, because he don't, because he loves white people. And white people are cool. I like y'all. I love my white brothers and sisters. I love my white brothers and sisters. And, you know, it is what it is. I love my white neighbors too. But I don't worship them. They're just like me. They out here trying to do the thing that they're doing, just like I'm trying to do the thing I'm doing. But Umar Johnson loves white people. He does. If somebody talk about white folk that much, and I'm gonna add that little sliver of land the size of New Jersey, 9 time zones away. If people, all they do is talk about it, they love those people. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. They don't love the people of Israel because they believe they're God's people or God has a special plan for Jews. No. They love Jews because they love Jews. They worship them. That is their God. Umar Johnson's God is white people. He talks about the pantheon of ancestors and pouring out libations. This dude loves white folk. I'm just telling you. My name is Jason, jwitt at jwitt.com. But this dude right here loves white folk. And he's measuring how much he loves them. I just love them this much. That's what he's doing right there. He loves them. Get done with this, Jason. I'm done.
He's working with another Caucasian on the defense team, right? By the name of Toby. Toby is friends with and used to work in the same office as the prosecutor for the state. Let me ask you a question, Lon. Do you really believe that an attorney for Karmelo Anthony, black boy on trial for his life, has worked for years with the prosecutor prosecuting his client? Look at his loon. The man prosecuting your client is your friend. And you mean to tell me they wasn't sharing notes? You mean to tell?
So not that the boy killed him. Not that Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf through the heart and killed him. But no. The prosecutor and the defense, they used to work together. I live here in Atlanta. It is almost improbable that and I went to Morehouse College. It's really almost impossible for you to go a whole day meeting people that somehow or another I know from another lifetime, another life. It's just not possible. If I go around Atlanta and meet 100 people, I'm going to probably meet 3 or 4 people that I know from a different experience. Whether I used to teach them, I used to teach their kids, we went to school together. I mean, it's impossible. When you think about a profession like law, you're an idiot if you don't, and you live in Atlanta. You're an idiot if you don't think that lawyers do know other lawyers and have worked with people that now they work against or are working against in the court. That's just dumb. But see, that's that myopic, smooth brain. You're only thinking about things in racial terms that Umar Johnson pushes. That's why he's never going to move forward, because all he does is see things as a race. I mean, is this kind of dumb to be like, oh, well, how dare somebody, like, that's just a dumb thought process. It's really ignorant, but let's get done, Jason.
Tell me there wasn't a game plan? You mean to tell me that this wasn't a setup for the beginning? First of all, if I'm talking to Mike Howard, the lead attorney for Karmelo, why was Toby an additional defense attorney on Karmelo's case if he's friends with the prosecution.
Right.
That is a conflict of interest. And I personally believe the reason Toby was put on Karmelo's defense was to feed the strategy to the prosecutor.
And see, you just made that up. Why not just say that Karmelo Anthony killed the boy instead of this fantastic Jason Bourne, Fast and Furious, Grand Theft Auto 18 story that you just concocted out of whole cloth? Why not just say Karmelo killed him and he needed to go to jail? Because you beat me to it, Mike. What strategy did they have? They didn't have a strategy of having that boy explain self-defense. Well, clearly they gave the whole strategy to the prosecution because the prosecution cooked them. And just like I've said multiple times today, where Karmelo Anthony is right now is exactly where he's supposed to be. Somebody that will stab someone in cold blood deserves and should be locked away. And he should be a resident of the Great Bar Hotel getting concierge service, and that's what he's getting.
Then we find out later that the prosecutor and the judge and Daddy Metcalf are all friends. Complete conflict of interest through the whole case. The judge, if that is found to be true, if what is alleged is found to be true, that judge need to be snatched off the bench, but it don't even matter no more, Loon. You know why? He's retiring anyway.
Right.
Karmelo's case might be the last case of his career. So he just wanted to lynch one more ninja before he goes into retirement.
Okay, what do you say to people who say just the way that you just reversed the roles and you gave that scenario in which I agree with? What do you say with people who reverse the roles the other way, saying that Metcalf is in a situation Karmelo is in? So you would want him to get life, but would you want Austin to get life? If Karmelo died, would you want Austin to get life?
It would depend on
even if the system said he wouldn't. Would Dr.
So this is where, and I appreciate this question because it shows Umar Johnson's inability to rightly divide. And that's where I'm saying, like, he's given over to his racism. He's saying Karmelo should get off. Austin would get off because he's white instead of what the law actually says. But let him finish up.
Umar Johnson be using his platform to say that little boy should get life for what he done that night.
One thing about us as African people,
I'm not African.
No matter how much hell we've caught in this world and in this country, we are inherently a just people. If those two black football players bully and try to gang stalk a smaller white football player, and that smaller white football player out of self-defense pulled out a knife, and that larger black football player bent down and grabbed him, and in so doing stabbed himself because the blade was only 3.5 inches, he probably didn't even see it. Do I send that white boy to jail for the rest of his life? I do not. I do not.
So Dr. Umar,
the story doesn't comport with what you just made up, though. That whatever you just made up with the two football players, it's funny that he keeps saying two, even though nobody else worked with that and said that there were two. He said it was just Austin confronting Karmelo, and Karmelo was the antagonist of the situation. But let me go back to this. Nobody else agrees with that story, Umar. I have no idea where you got it from. No idea whatsoever. But you're just saying that. Let's keep you dancing.
Dr. Umar acquit a white boy of murder and self-defense.
Yes.
Absolutely, I can if the facts show that.
Shout out to the best live channel in that. But the facts showed that he did kill him in cold blood. And you can't say that. You have not actually just said he killed him in cold blood. He just killed him. There's no other way around it. You can't make it any better. He just killed him. And therein is the problem. It's right here, my phone. Okay, hold on. There was somebody there's a guy on X that was going around saying that he saw the video allegedly of what happened. Let me find this real quick. And I just want to go and I'll end with this. Because yeah, here it is right here. It's the craziest story. I'm like, wait, what? All right, so this guy, all right. All right, so this guy is going around to various content creators and telling the story that that he saw the video of the alleged assault, and he's describing what it is because, of course, they weren't able to record it. And I'm gonna read this to y'all because it is wild work. So first things first, let's bring this in. All right, and this is over on Breitbart News, and it says Judge Roach made a huge mistake keeping cameras out of the Karmelo Anthony trial. He underestimated the capacity of the young man's supporters spreading outright lies in the BLM social media ecospace. What did I say? Ecosystem. This is a long clip, but it must be seen to be believed. Morris Dwayne Turner, who protested outside of the trial, tells the YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers an insane series of outright lies that would have been DOA if the arguments had been broadcast on video. Listen to what he said. A cell phone video of the whole fight was shared on Snapchat and Reddit. Austin Metcalf pushed Karmelo so hard that he hit his head on a bleacher. Karmelo suffered from seizures, so any blow to the head was perceived as a potential fatal threat. Karmelo got jumped by a group of young men. Jeff Metcalf invited all the witnesses to a barbecue and threatened their parents. This was alleged in court. The first person to throw a punch was Hunter. Hunter cold-cocked the boy. After the first punch, they all start beating on Karmelo. Karmelo escaped the group, but Austin grabbed his hoodie and pulled him back. And on the video, you can see his gray hoodie stretched out. Austin put him in a headlock. That's why you can see a ligature marks on the bottom of his neck. An older white lady who was inside the court said it was clear from what she saw that he fell on the knife. Karmelo was on the ground when Austin was stabbed. Karmelo, sitting down, could never muster up the type of pressure, so he had to fall on it. Karmelo ran away and went directly to coaches to tell them what happened. The whole group chased after him, including Austin. Wait, I thought Austin got killed, was stabbed. Okay. Austin didn't go down until he came down the steps of the bleacher. So his heart was punctured and he moved down the steps. Okay. Hunter never went back to his brother to put pressure on the wound, never got close enough to him. Frisco PD policy mandates that when someone claims self-defense, everyone involved in the altercation must be arrested and taken in for questioning. They had Karmelo already booked and charged with the murder of Austin Metcalf before Austin Metcalf was even pronounced dead. This is what he said. Because they already knew what they wanted. The paramedic said he was purple, and they had to administer blood to him, and then he perked back up. His color came back. They didn't think they were going to lose him because the stab wound wasn't anything grave. All right, so we're gonna watch this clip because we're gonna watch this guy say this. It's about 10 minutes. I apologize. I didn't realize it was this long. But I saw him after the trial out there telling this story. This story is fantastic because this is exactly probably where Umar Johnson got this foolishness from. Shout out to the best live channel on the internet. Real quick, thank you, everybody. Hold on. Thank you, everybody who's tapped in with us. I'm sorry. We got MT up in the building. I'm behind. The Gray Bar Hotel is diabolical. Thank you so much for the two. That's at the Great Bar Hotel, man. Come on. Thank you so much again for the 5. I know you're distracted, hoping you can show the video I referenced in the super chat above. Wish I didn't have to send another for a reminder. Oh, wait. What did you mention? I'm sorry, brother. Thank you so much for that. Wait. Oh, wait, I don't think I saw this. Have you seen the video of a guy saying B&W person day like a Wednesday? This is Umar. This is what Umar fuels. Black and white person day. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw that. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't like that there's a guy talking about we need a day where 1 day a week where people commit crimes against other people. It's like the purge. I was like, no, man, I don't even want it. I don't even want that even out here in the zeitgeist. I thank you for that, brother. Yeah, I don't want to. I do not even want that out here because YouTube be acting crazy. Shout out here. What do we have here? Thank you so much. Bills with the 2. He's lucky he didn't get death penalty. I mean, let's just say the honest part. Carmelo Anthony is where he needs to be. He most cares about the thug than his own kids. Right. Like, how do you care more about a thug, somebody who's killed somebody, than your own child? You must. All right. As my auntie likes to say, ignorant. Thank you so much, MT. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. I know what you're talking about there. Thank you very much for that, brother. Let's bring this in. I want y'all to check this out. I'm probably just gonna let it play. But this is this guy saying that he saw this alleged video after the assault. And it's crazy work because I don't know. This is very disappointing. Let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
And so at this point, they are sitting there. Austin actually pushes Carmelo, and he pushes him so hard until he falls back and hit the bleachers. Now, in courtroom testimony, they said that he actually fell in the lap of another kid, but there was no other kid sitting behind Carmelo. So there's that. And so he did hit his head. He came back up, and once he hit his head and came back up, then you seen Austin.
Don't mean to cut you off. I do want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we learned about Carmelo is that he suffered from seizures.
He did.
So you throw somebody and they hit their head, he could have lost his life.
He could have lost his life. But you know what else would have happened? If all of this transaction was going on, that more than likely means that there's going to be some pictures, evidence of his head being maybe a knot on the back of his head or whatnot like that. He got punched in the ear. All that kind of stuff like that there would have been evidence of that. And I'm pretty sure they showed that, right, Mr. Dwayne? Like, the fact that this podcaster allowed this man to come over here and just outright lie is a sin and a shame. Let's go.
He had every right to defend himself because nobody knows where it would have went after, you know what I mean? After he hit his head, who knows what would have happened after that moment?
Correct. And that's kind of the whole moment of it. He suffers from epilepsy, so he suffers seizures. He also had surgery on.
Let me just make sure I got this right, because I might not be the smartest person in the world. Real quick, epilepsy, that's a pretty big deal, right? I'm not trying to be funny. I want to be respectful. If somebody has epilepsy, that means that probably you're not just allowing them to just do everything. Is that fair? Am I right? I don't know many people with epilepsy, so I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I actually want to ask a serious question. If somebody has epilepsy, they're probably ones that you take good care of. And you make sure that they're that you make sure that you dealt with, okay, epileptic patients, okay, like that. Okay. So if getting hit in your head is a bad thing, that's a bad thing for a person who has epilepsy. They could have a seizure and it could go south. Is that right? Okay, got that right. So why is somebody who has epilepsy playing football? Make that make sense. If he has epilepsy and he's so fragile, why does he play football? Because remember the football injury that he had with his shoulder? That was a football injury. Why is he playing football if he's this fragile? Am I missing something? Am I being, and please let me know. Let me know if I'm just being insensitive. Right. He's really taking a danger. If this is a real reality that you are medically fragile like this, that if you get hit, you could have a seizure and you could die. How are you playing football? And he wasn't playing flag. He was playing tackle football. And if I'm not mistaken, he was wasn't he the captain of the football team? Or pretty high up. So he's probably taken a hit or 2 or 5 in order to get to that level, because he was on the varsity football team. He wasn't on the JV team. He went on the Pee Wee League. He went on Pop Warner. But I'm just saying, I don't believe that any of that's true about the whole attack anyway. We're going to bring this video back in. But, I think that this is a sin and a shame that instead of just admitting that Karmelo Anthony did what was wrong, he did something wrong. He did not have his emotional wherewithal to control his emotions and make a good decision. Anybody who has teenagers, if you have teenagers now, you are learning, you're probably in the middle of a master class of helping people deal with their emotional regulation, right? And by God's grace, you will never have to worry about something as crazy as what Karmelo Anthony did, but you probably can admit that, yeah, they're this kind of emotional little speed demons, right? They're little emotional Tasmanian devils sometimes. But he didn't have good emotional regulation. He lashed out and did something wrong. And he has to, instead of just saying that, in truth be told, for the black community, that we need to just be honest. Say that dude killed somebody and he needs to go to jail. Like that sentence is probably better than all the other shenanigans that we're doing. All this other lyrical gymnastics, all this phonetic pretzel making. We would be better off just saying, yeah, he killed somebody, he needs to go to jail. Because that's the truth. All this pretzel making, all this gymnastics, you're going to get your gold medal, and he's going to still go to jail.
His shoulder. He had injured it.
Wait.
Who knows what would have happened after that moment?
Correct. And that's kind of the whole moment of it. He suffered from epilepsy, so he suffered seizures. He also had surgery on his shoulder. He had injured it in football. And so he was recovering from that. They had just cleared him to go back to track and start running. So he had a lot of disadvantages. He was smaller than them. It was 2 big dudes there and 2 other dudes that played football. And then they had other guys that was around. It was a young man. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was filming the whole thing. That's the one that we see on Snapchat of the 2 minutes before. That everybody had the still pics of Karmelo sitting and we could see him from behind. That's a whole video. That young man filmed the whole fight.
So you're saying that there's somebody on TikTok?
He's on, I said Snapchat, my bad.
So y'all know the play here. Do y'all know what the play is here? What's going to happen with Dwayne? Do y'all know what the play is? I'm going to tell you exactly where the video is. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Do y'all know what the play is? This is the play. Let me big screen myself. This is the play. They're going to say, I saw this mystical, magical video. And they just keep making all this fuss. Oh, there's this video out here, showing all of this. It shows them, body slamming him. It was like WWE, blah, 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 blah. And the police give all of the information. They upload all the videos so the public can see all the videos. And all the videos come out, and this video that he's describing is not going to be there because he's making this up. And so what's he going to say? Well, that's not all of the videos. Because I saw this video that said XYZ ABC. Y'all got these videos that show 1, 2, 3. But see, I saw the video that said this. Nobody's asked the question, how did you see this video? Nobody's asked the question, who has access to this video? Where is this video at that you saw it? Nobody's asking that. They're just giving him duck and cover that he says he saw it. I could say I saw a video. I saw a video of Karmelo Anthony walking an aardvark down the street. I did. I saw it. It was on Snapchat. I saw Eddie. Eddie had it, and he was walking the aardvark, and the aardvark had a pink collar around his neck, and he was walking down the street eating ants. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. That's it. I mean, he could just say that. And this is going to be a game of whack-a-mole until Jesus comes back. Because all it's going to be this mystery, the mystery video is going to be out there forever. Somebody's going to make a video on an AI video, and they're going to be like, see, this is what he saw. No, it's not what I saw. I saw something different. There'll be another video show. This is all this is going to be. Because the video doesn't exist. What he's saying is not true. And nobody is saying, well, hey, I hear what you're saying. Can you show me the evidence to what you're saying? This content creator just got him on here, and he's just outright lying. He's just making this up.
They had the still pics of Karmelo sitting, and we could see him from behind. That's a whole video. That young man filmed the whole fight.
So
and
wait
so,
a minute, Dwayne. So you're saying that there's somebody on TikTok?
He's on, I said Snapchat, my bad. On Snapchat, not TikTok. Yeah,
so
Snapchat.
Snapchat, and he has this stuff online?
Correct. It's been shown all over the place. And a lot of us have the 6-minute video of him showing and the still shots. He has the full video. And also, let's just be honest.
Y'all put in the chat. I have not watched all this. I watched the first couple minutes, the first couple seconds. Y'all put in the chat if you believe it's all over the place. Hold on. I need to get producer Jason in here. Hold on. Y'all, this is some crazy work. He's just outright lying. I'm sorry. You're not going to beat those charges. You lying, my dude. You're lying. You're lying. There's not some story that's all around. No, you're just making that up. He's and you listen to him. He says, I have the 6-minute video. Well, sir, you need to show that 6-minute video. If you have evidence that was not shown in court that could exonerate Karmelo Anthony, what kind of wicked person are you that you would actually hold that evidence, be out here caping on podcasts when you could be showing evidence that got him exonerated? But you busy over here on the podcast. Sir, you more evil than Karmelo is. Truth be told, you're more evil than Karmelo is. Now, never mind the fact that you want me to believe that 18 teenagers were willing to lie and create a whole new narrative and tell a story that was completely different than what you allegedly saw. Never mind the fact that you ain't shown me any proof of that, but you want me to believe that? Okay. But you have evidence, sir. It's all over the place. Everybody's got it. But you didn't show it, and you're not rushing to get it out there so that people can see. Sir, you are a liar. Shame on you. Shame on you for lying. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. My name is Jason, jwitt@jwitt.com. Let's go.
A lot of people have seen his full video because it was actually out on Reddit. Some people seen it on their Snapchats. It showed, but it was a disappearing link, and they didn't know to record it. And so it's out there. I know
that if it's on Reddit, it's been uploaded. That's what I'm saying. Like, old folk don't need to lie. Okay, old people like me don't need to be lying about technology. Okay, I don't need to be lying about tech. Because technology will run circles around me and I'll be looking stupid. Sir, if it's on Reddit, that means it was uploaded to Reddit. That means it's on Reddit servers. See, you out here lying. You out here lying, trying to get friends, my guy. And you look stupid in the process of doing that. Dwayne, respectfully, Dwayne, you need to stop. This story is dumb. Wow.
As well, because here in the local area, on the 2nd of April, the 3rd of April, and the 4th of April of last year, we actually saw kids posted on their social media. And so we saw the fight. We saw the incident. They call it the fight, but it was the incident of Karmelo getting jumped. So we saw it until they scrubbed it and took it down. And so a lot of people still have that video. They still have that feed and that footage. It's just that they've gotten threatened. They've gotten all those things. It was actually alleged in court, so I'll say it, that Jeff Metcalf had actually did a whole barbecue for all the witnesses to come to, and that's where he threatened all the parents. And so that's something that we continue.
This dude just said that Jeff Metcalf had a cookout at his house, invited all the families, and he threatened all the parents. Why didn't they present it to the defense? If it's that big a deal, you would, that information would be out there right now. Like, who cares if you give it to defense? Put it out on 11 Live News. Put it out on Fox News right now, that they can corroborate it and prove that it's right, and then blow the whistle on it, blow the lid off of this. But you, sir, know that this is true. Allegedly, you know this is true, and you have not taken it to anybody. You've taken it to a podcaster. I'm just saying.
And they didn't say it last year. They actually brought it up in court. So I'll say it here. And so those are things that happen. So you can see them actually jumping him. The first person to throw a punch was Hunter. Hunter cold-cocked the boy. And that's when they jumped on him.
That's funny that you say that, because right before you joined, I said, this boy is guilty. You can see it in his face. He knows
Correct.
that something he did caused his brother's death. I said that. I said he
Correct.
is guilty. When I look at him talking and he's doing that press conference, he's looking up, he's looking down. That's a sign of guilty. A person who
Correct.
can't look you in your face, they have something to.
You know what else is a sign of guilty? Going on a podcast, talking about a video that nobody can corroborate. That's another sign of being guilty. That's another sign. Another sign of being guilty is saying that you have evidence that would exonerate somebody, or at least give them a self-defense claim, and you're sitting on it and you're just talking about it. That's another sign of being guilty. And I think that one's actually a more credible than just saying that a 17, 18-year-old looking around because they saw their brother die, and maybe they're looking around. That's a sign of guilt, but not somebody sitting here telling a story that has no bearing. Like, there's no way to corroborate the story. Now, if he rolls up here and gives her the video, let me know. But until further notice, maybe that's what.
Hide. And then as I watched his mother, it's almost like she's crying, but she's not telling the full story either, because I believe she knows what happened.
They both do. And I'm going to tell you that as a fact. And this is Dwayne saying that Jeff Metcalf and Megan Metcalf definitely knows the truth. But they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because Austin was their favorite child. And they know that Hunter is guilty of causing that man not to be here no more, because Hunter is the one that started the whole situation. And so, as he said on his interview,
you know, that's some crazy work, man. Like, you know that that's their favorite child. Wow. Yeah, man. That's some crazy work. That's some diabolical work right there. I got
that man not to be here no more, because Hunter is the one that started the whole situation. And so, as he said on his interview, that my brother always has my back, even when I'm wrong. He said that out of his own mouth. So that's on his interview, not mine. And so, since we know that, and that day, once he threw that punch, they all started beating on Karmelo. Karmelo disappeared at the bottom because they're all on him, and they're hitting each other, hitting him. Karmelo actually gets away. That's what people don't understand. He got away. He backed out. Austin grabbed his hoodie and pulled him back. And on the video, you can see his gray hoodie stretched out and him coming back. And you can see the look on his face. It was despair, because he thought he got away from the beating, and they got him. And when they brought him back in, Austin grabbed him and put him in a headlock. That's why you can see the ligature marks on the bottom of his neck. And that's when one of the kids, I believe, I don't know which one it was, so I won't call their name, but one of the kids actually testified to it in trial and said that they saw that Karmelo had to reach behind his back, and he grabbed what was already open. And when that happened, as the older white lady said, and I ain't gonna say her name, but she was sitting up on our canopy for a few days after she came from inside the courtroom. She told everybody that it was clear from what she saw that he fell on it. And that's something that we've contended, that Karmelo may have reached for something. He may have gotten it, but he definitely fell on it, because the force that's needed to cause the damage that they're saying that happened you have to have a lot of pressure, and Carmelo sitting down could never muster up that type of pressure, so he had to fall on it.
That's
And
good.
so, yeah,
Wait, let's stay there because so what you're saying is, and I've heard this before, he never stood up.
he never stood up. No, even when he tried to get away, he was in a.
So he never stood up, but when he tried to get away, what was he doing? Crawling? Was he trying to slither? Like, what the heck? Dude, shut up. Like, you just lying. You just lying to get friends, man. Gosh, man. Clout is a hell of a drug, man. Like, you just lying. I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Show us the video. If you have the video, then show the video and put me to quiet. Because in the meantime, and in between time, you are a liar, Dwayne. Shame on his podcast for even having him on there. This is some bona fide foolishness. But this is where Umar Johnson got that dumb stuff from. That's where Umar got that from. Keep going. Let's go.
When he got away the first time, he was kind of like if you know defensive backs in football, they're crouched down. And so just imagine he's sitting and he's crouched down trying to get away and they're pulling him. So he never fully stood up until the second time after he got away, and he ran backwards about 2 or 3 steps up. He looked to his right, and that's where the young man that was filming was sitting or standing with the film moment. And then he looked to his left and took off, and he went down. He fell. And when he fell, that's when they all realized he was gone, because they didn't even know he was gone yet.
Boy, shut up. This dude said he crawled out of the shroom, and they didn't know he was gone. Boy, stop lying. Stop lying. Because you know what else I realized? He said at the beginning that Austin shoved him and he fell back and hit his head. How did he shove him if he wasn't standing up? Did he squat down and shove him while he's sitting? That doesn't even make sense. That makes no sense. Because he said at the beginning, shame on you for having him on here, because he's just lying. If he don't roll up here and give you a video to show, then he's just lying.
And when they saw he was gone, they all got up to chase him. He got up and he ran. Even Austin got up to chase him. And Austin realized then that he was hit, that something had happened. And that's when he came down the steps and he fell down. But Hunter and the other 2 boys started chasing him. But Carmelo was so fast that he got away so quick and got to the coach that they just stopped and pointed.
Right.
And that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around and he saw his brother.
You know what? When they said they chased them, I said, no, they was fighting, because what are you chasing them for? If him and Austin is in a fight and he stuck them, what are you chasing them for? You need to get him help. Does that make sense? So when
because
they chased them, I knew that they all jumped him.
Yeah, because they didn't know that they didn't know he got poked yet. They didn't know that he was stabbed.
Do you want me to believe, Bradford? Do you want me to believe that 21, or let's go with 18 kids? I know there was at least 3 adults. So let's go 18 kids. Now, you want me to also believe that Jeff Metcalf brought the kids and their mamas and daddies to a cookout. So we're at 18 kids plus moms and dads. So we're looking somewhere north of 45 people. And he threatened 45 people to change a story and to keep said story changed until further notice. You want me to believe that above what 18 people saw and corroborated? That's what you want me to believe in the year of our Lord 2026? Come on, man. You smarter than that. At least don't be, come on, man, for real. You can't be that. It's not, I don't think it's possible to be that silly. You just can't be that silly. There's no way. I just don't believe that you're that silly. I just cannot believe that. Okay. You don't believe anything that anybody recall. Okay, fine. But you want me to believe that 50 people, 18 kids, 18 mamas, 18 dads, got threatened by a man and they didn't mention it at all? They didn't go and say, by the way, I got threatened. I was threatened. Here's my phone. You can ping where I was located. I was here with my family. Nothing? But you want me to believe this man telling a story about a video that he doesn't have any evidence. I'm supposed to believe that? Come on, man. Make it a little bit more difficult, my guy. Make it a little bit more difficult. Just a tad bit more. Good gracious, man. Carmelo Anthony is where he's supposed to be for what he did. That's it.
Because they all, including Austin, tried to chase him when they realized, because he got away and they were still fighting. Austin was at the bottom because he had Carmelo in a chokehold. So he just figured that he was loose, so they still hidden. And then all of a sudden, that's when he fell. When he ran away and fell, they heard that fall. And that's when they all looked and like, oh, he getting away. And they all went to chase him. Austin tried, but he realized he was hurt. And so when all that happened, everybody know that they heard Jeff Metcalf and Hunter. Hunter said that he went and gave him aid. He held on to him and kept pressure on his wound and all that. That's a lie. Hunter never got close enough to him. He turned around, whipped his head around. He went to step forward. By that time, the other coaches were coming because Carmelo already told them what was going on. And so they were coming, and the coaches came. One coach held Hunter. He was screaming. That is true. He was screaming for real. And so since he was screaming, he never, ever got to his brother. Never. And so it's a moment to where if we just go at face value at what we knew before we got to trial, they're saying that Carmelo told them that he shouldn't have put his hands on me. I did it in self-defense. By Frisco PD's own policy, once a suspect has asserted self-defense, they have to arrest everybody. Take everybody down for questioning, take their statements, send all the evidence and the statements to the DA's office, and they send it to the grand jury, and you let the grand jury make the decision who's at fault. They never did that. If I tell you they had Carmelo already booked and charged with the murder of Austin Metcalf before Austin Metcalf was even pronounced dead at 10:53 a.m. because they already knew what they wanted. Because when all those officers got to Kirkendall Stadium, they saw their friend's son land there in this situation. And as the paramedic said, he was purple, and they had to administer blood to him, and then he perked back up. His color came back. They put him inside of the ambulance, and they were basically working on him as he had a heart condition, not that he was losing blood. And so that's why it was a pause. That's why they took him to the Plano hospital instead of the hospital right by Kirkendall Stadium, because there was no rush. They didn't think they were going to lose him because it wasn't anything grave for the puncture that they had. It's not even that much blood on the scene in any pictures and photos that we've seen. So we know that this is a moment that it was a setup to protect the friends, and I think it became a moment of revenge for the Metcalfs because that was their favorite child.
All right, so I wanted to look real quick, and I was searching to see if Frisco, Texas their police department has a policy about arrest everybody in the event of a self-defense claim. And I'm sure this is going to be shocking to you. And again, I just did a quick search. I'm not saying that this is a definitive, but I'm pretty sure you'll be overwhelmed with shock and awe that there is not a policy that says that the police have to arrest everyone simply because someone claims self-defense. I know you're surprised. I know. I was surprised too. I can't believe that Dwayne here would tell me something that was not true. I can't believe it. But lo and behold, that's where we are. It makes no sense.
And so at this point,
sorry, whoa. Started playing again. I just want to, again, I'm not certain that I've searched every clutching the pearls. Like, what? No policy. There's nothing that says they have to arrest everybody. None whatsoever. Yeah. I'm just searching through to see if there's a policy that says they have to arrest everybody, because that means they would have arrested at least, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 people potentially And I don't see anything that rhymes with that. But again, Dwayne just said it. And, shame on that podcaster for having him on there. Just outright lying. Just lying. There's no reason to believe that anything he said was true. Like, based upon what? No evidence. Didn't drop a video. Didn't say, here's the video. Let me show it to you. He said everybody saw it. So that means there's tons of people who saw it that have not come forward either. Okay. That's crazy work, y'all. Nah, I'm gonna go with what's most reasonable to believe. Carmelo Anthony was there. Maybe he was there for nefarious purposes. Maybe he was just there chilling. He didn't want to leave. He said, come at me, put your hand on me, see what happens. And there he did do it. He stabbed that boy in the heart, and that's it. And then bolted out of there. That's it. No hunter, no gang. So he wants me to believe that this guy is all frail and fragile. And they were 4 guys were able to beat up on him, but they didn't see that they weren't beating up on him, and he snuck out of the bottom of the shroom. Like, what is this? Is this like a rugby match? What are we talking about? That's crazy work, y'all. That's absolutely insane. No, but you didn't see the tape either, Bradford. See, y'all are moving off of emotion and what people said. None of y'all saw the tape. Neither did you. What did you see? If Dwayne wanted to put our questions to rest, he would have shown us the video. What did you see, my guy? Crazy work. Just insane, crazy work, y'all. Oh, man. Y'all, thank y'all so much, everybody. I appreciate you for tapping in and hanging out with us on this evening. We got a fun, I do want to remind you, on Thursday, we have the Bearded Lawyer coming on. We're going to be talking about the Carmelo Anthony case, of course. We're going to be talking about the Rick Chow case. We're going to be talking about Candace Owens' lawsuit as well. Just answering your legal lawsuit questions around those. And I'm sure there'll probably be other ones that pop up or other instances that we're going to talk about. So that'll be 7 o'clock on Thursday. So thank you so much. At 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. So thank y'all so much for that, for coming in and supporting all that kind of stuff. Thank you to all of the fantastic and supportive super chats. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. What do we have here? I don't care how many years it got. The trial itself was mishandled. What was mishandled about it? See, we can say that, but what was mishandled about it, if you don't mind? What was mishandled? I mean, I think creating these little side quest narratives, the case was mishandled and this, that, and the other, and Egyptian planes and whack-a-mole. Doing that takes the emphasis off of what actually happened. Justice was served, and Carmelo Anthony is 100% exactly where he needs to be, in jail. That's it. There's no other way around it. So whether or not you think the case was handled well, based upon what? What's your standard for it being handled well? Like what wasn't handled well? I need to know. Like, what wasn't handled well? Okay, I'm looking through the comments. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Oh, you sent me proof. You sent me proof. Hold on. Proof of what? Oh no, man. We gotta get some. I need to get the proof. jwitt at jwitt.com. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. Somebody said they sent me proof. Proof of what? I don't see anything. Nobody sent me anything. Hey, okay. Let's see. Nope. No, nothing. I didn't get anything. All right, what do we got here? What? Bro, It makes no sense how many people are choosing a side but never seen the tape. LOL. If we never see the tape, what side are we choosing? Like, I'm just saying that the brother killed somebody, he's in jail. Is that choosing a side? What's the other information that you need? The email is jwit@jwit.com. And there it is right there. Drop the email right there. Email management, all your complaints and concerns. Sorry about that. Email management, all your complaints and concerns. Like what is the side? Karmelo killed somebody. Carmelo's in jail. What are we missing? I'm not on either side other than there should have been a more fair trial. What's a more fair trial? What was not fair? That's all I'm asking. Like, what was not fair? So if the facts come out that Ogre fell on him, will you issue him an apology? I think we've gone into the land of retardedness now. That's fine. If you show me facts that say an Ogre fell on him, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I think this has been a fantastic show. What am I missing? What am I missing? I want to make sure somebody said they're going to email management saying he belongs in jail. He belongs in jail. He killed somebody. Was he not found guilty of killing somebody? I don't belong in jail. I haven't been found killing somebody. As far as I know, Bradford, as far as I can tell from you, you don't belong in jail because you're not in jail. Unless you're like using like a burner phone in jail. But I don't think you belong in jail. People who commit crimes belong in jail. What are we missing? Why is that a hard thing to handle? Is that a novel idea? I never called you any names or attacked you. All I'm asking is giving somebody a fair. What is the fair option? He was given a fair option. He's in jail. He's in jail, man. And maybe we miss. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'm missing it. I'm missing it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, what do we got here? Who's this? Oh, what is this person done? Y'all, shout out to the best live chat on the internet. So apparently, oh my. Oh. Mr. Dwayne is a naughty, naughty boy. Dwayne is a naughty, naughty boy. Hold on, I gotta shout out whoever that was. I don't want to put I see your name here. I don't want to put your name out there. Oh no, let me download this and share this. So apparently Mr. Dwayne is not a nice fellow. He's got some like I said, shame on that podcaster for having Dwayne come on. Oh my gosh, there we go right there. Shout out to Erica Sutton 5. Shout out to her. I appreciate that. Oh no. So apparently this young fellow, Mr. I saw the video. This is Mr. I saw the video. Goodness gracious. The internet is undefeated, my guys and gals. Don't get in trouble with the internet. Let's see. Apparently, I can't zoom in though. He got a little police record. And he's been a naughty, naughty boy. He has not been a good dude at all. Oh, I wish I could zoom in on this. You know, I'm gonna have to do it another way. Hold on. We're doing this live, man. This is live. Here, I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. Because y'all gotta see this. Y'all hung out with me tonight. Y'all put up with my daughter Shanghaiing me to go get something from the store. Can't believe her, man. Let me see if I can make this a little. Can't make it better though. Hold on. It still won't zoom in though. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we do. This is live. I want y'all to know that we're doing this live. That's how you know this is. Look, man, we're doing this. We're doing this for the people live, brothers and sisters. All right, pull this in. Okay, Dwayne Morris Turner. He got a little police record. He is not a good boy. He was arrested in 2024. This is the guy that was telling us that he saw the video. All right. Now, what has he done, though, Jason? What has he done? What kind of bad boy is he? Indecency with a child by contact. What? The victim was aged. Sir, you might need to stay away from folk. This is Mr. Dwayne. Naughty boy. Ooh, Dwayne. He was just in jail. Wait. His detention status was changed on January 29th, 2025. He had to register in 2024. What a naughty boy. Yeah, but now does that mean that he didn't see the tape? No, it does not mean he did not see the tape. However, I think it's very clear to say Dwayne's got some other things he need to worry about than worrying about tape. Good gracious, man. Dwayne out here doing wrong. Oh, you sent me another one? Oh my goodness. Here's another one. Okay. It looks like the same one. Oh, who's this? It was at a school? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Dwayne is a not a good person. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if that podcaster knew what kind of shenanigans this guy was into. So he's on the register. He's on the S offender registry. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to get dinged. I just thought about it. I don't want to get dinged by YouTube for putting out people's information because they will come back. They'll double hand you like that. But that's crazy. I'm just saying, my guy, like, because they're gonna do that to Jeff Metcalf. They dragging Jeff for all of his past. So we gotta look at everybody's past then. And even more than that, show us the video. Just show us the video, Jeff. I mean, my guy. Yeah, a school district would not be able to have him there. No, he would not be able to. He would not be able to get cleared a background check in order to be anywhere near a school. He probably couldn't even work at a bus barn. Yeah, that's interesting though. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's I appreciate you sharing that. But y'all, thank y'all so much, man. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy these, man. These are I had intended to just talk about Umar for a minute. I said it was gonna be an hour, and look at we cruising at 2 hours and 10 minutes because we just be talking, be yapping. Karmelo was told at least 15 times to move, but he wanted to play tough guy. I mean, I just want I want to hear the guy that allegedly saw the video help me understand how what you saw in the video, if that's true, how it became what they heard in court. Because when the transcripts come out, it's going to be a whole different game. Because that's going to be a whole nother blow up, right? When all the transcripts come out. So how did what we heard in court become what it is if what you saw on this quote unquote video is the truth? How did that happen? And how did you get 50 plus people to agree to tell a lie of this proportion? We're not just talking about a lie about whether or not you put all your recycle in the recycle bin on Recycling Thursday. No, we're talking about somebody died and you got 50 plus people, moms, dads, and children, to all agree to that. How did that happen? How did you get them to all agree to tell this story? And how did they get told the story? How did that work? That, would you be able to pull a mom and dad? So moms and dads are free. It's not like they put like a little bomb in their neck, like Suicide Squad or something. So how is it that they agreed to keep this lie going? And they're just walking around free. So they could walk into a police department and say, I was threatened. They could walk into the district attorney's office and say, Jeff Metcalf held me hostage. How did that work? That's just wonder how it works. What's going on? TJ, the advocate, good to see you, sis. Grace and peace to you. So he said that, alleged that it was just posted out there on Reddit, and everybody saw it on Reddit. And I'm like, well, if it was posted on Reddit, it was uploaded to Reddit. So therefore, it would be on the Reddit servers. Reddit would be able, you'd be able to subpoena Reddit and get that video if there was a video of that caliber. I mean, what we can't look it up now. I'm not good at Reddit, so I'm not gonna lie. But that's what I'm saying. Like, old folk don't need to lie about technology. I'm gonna tell you right now, I know very little about Reddit. So I wouldn't lie about technology, because I mean that would be on you, that would be on X in a heartbeat. That would have been on YouTube in a flashbang. Like, what are we doing? We got here. Lots of good conversation in here. I really appreciate it. Man, Bradford, you are giving them that work, man. You typing a lot. I hope you it works out, man. Yeah, it just seems like okay. Like, oh, that's what I heard about Tiffany. It's a lady named Tiffany. I know I've heard about this. I didn't know what they were talking about. I heard about this woman. I heard Tiffany's name, and I heard about a video earlier, but I didn't know what it was, and it's kind of went in one ear and out. So thank you. Now I have a little bit more context. Thank you. See, now y'all so programmed to just choose a side is sad. If it was my sons that died, I would have asked, why are you bullying people? Okay. Yeah. It's funny. You're programmed when the facts are so plain in front of you, that's being programmed. Like that. So what Bradford is dealing with, sadly, here is this is what is called black pill. If a lot of you have heard this term being used as black pill, is basically you doubt everything. Like, I doubt everything. You doubt that there's a microphone in front of me. I doubt that I have a baseball cap on my head. You just doubt everything, even the things that you see that comport with reality. Like, he's using his hand. I doubt that that's his hand. How do I know that's not his wife's hand or his daughter's hand or somebody else's hand? It's a fake hand. Like, that's black pill. And that's what I mean. Like, black pill people, at some point, they start losing the plot. You can doubt things and have a healthy level of skepticism, but when you go to the level that Bradford's at, where you're looking at truth, you're making a decision based upon facts, oh, you're programmed, or whatever slanderous term that they choose to use. And it's actually kind of sad to watch. So, shout out for Bradford. Y'all put Bradford in the chat. Let's let him know, man, we appreciate him for stopping by tonight, man. I don't know if he's going to ever come back, and that's okay. I'm not going to miss that. But the reason that they do that is because they've embraced this idea that we have to always question and always second guess. But what if? But why is that? How come? Who did it? And they just got to keep asking questions. At some point, you get to a place where, okay, I have a good grasp of what happened. There you go. I don't know the amount of force that Karmelo used. I know that he stabbed the boy. That's it. That's it. But see, we're programmed because we're just accepting the reality. And when you get some point, sometimes you kind of lose the plot. And that's what poor Bradford, that's where he is right here. He's just kind of lost the plot. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, hey, I'm glad you find enjoying it. You're welcome to always come back through. Always come back in. We'll save you a seat at the front of the church all the time. Well, I mean, we can say, poor me because you say so, or we could say poor you because you can't spell. I mean, those are two things that could, exist in reality. But let's just stop. I don't want to keep going with Bradford. Shout out to Bradford. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. It's always fun. Appreciate you. You could stop typing though. You just could. Nobody's actually requiring you to type. You could just not. I mean, that is an option that is on the table. The table exists with options, and one of them is don't type. Just don't say anything. It's all good. Oh no, I don't think I'm insulting you. I think your writing insults you, my guy. I'm not trying to insult you by any means or measure. I know nothing about you. I'm not trying to insult you at all. Not even a little bit. No. I'm just making an observation. I'm programmed that way. Remember that? I'm programmed that way. We all know why people have gaps. Okay, I guess. You have gap in your logic? Is that what we're talking about? What are we talking about here? You don't want that, so don't do that. So just enjoy. Hey, man, we just having a good time. If you ever want to, Bradford, jwitt at jwitt.com, I'll have you come on. We'll talk. We have a good time wrapping it up. Nobody has the video because there is no video. There is no video. Yeah, Bradford, email management, man. We'll gladly have you come on. That's why you still here. Brother, you here, man? We welcome everybody. We appreciate them. All right. I'm just looking through the chat. Thank y'all so much, everybody. Erica, thank you so much for those. Those pictures were wild. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research into that for sure. Oh, I see what it is. Bradford is actually on the vertical stream. So there's two streams. There's a landscape stream and there's a vertical stream. YouTube makes it available, allows us to stream both ways. So if you're using your phone, you don't have to turn it sideways. So, or if you're watching on TV, you can watch it portrait style. Landscape style. So he is actually on the vertical stream. That's why. So that's why you don't see him. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. So you are where you at, love? There you go. Mary, you are on the, as far as I can tell, it looks like you're on the landscape style stream. So all right. Oh, do I need it? Are they wilding out on the usually we keep it, we try to wrangle the trolls in, keep them here. I can fix the trolls. If the if the vertical stream is problematic, I can fix it real quick now. But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna mess with them tonight. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for tapping in. What was not fair, though? That's the question I'm asking, Bradford. What is not fair? I'm looking at the information. Karmelo plunged a knife into Austin Metcalf's chest. Austin Metcalf died. Karmelo was arrested, tried, convicted, and sentenced. What was not fair? That's the part I don't get. You tried to slander me several times. You showed how weak you are. You're weak to your weak viewers. Okay. Well, there you go. I guess everybody, you now know that I'm a frail, weak man. I'm weak, and you all, I don't like that. I'm gonna drop that out of here. So now you know. I've exposed myself. You're the voiceovers, LMAO. Yeah, everybody, I'm surprised. I'm a frail man. I'm a sinner saved by grace. And sometimes I need more grace. That's it. I'm a candidate for I used to have a coworker when I was in college, a manager. And whenever people complained about him, he had this one statement that put the whole thing to bed. He had the same statement. He said, I am the sum total of all of your prayers for me. And I know his name to this day because of that. He would always shut us down. As much as we talk trash to him, as much as we're like, you're not a good manager, blah, blah, blah. I'm the sum total of all your prayers for me. And I'm like, dang. Dog, man. He always shut it down. I wonder how he's doing now. I need to find him. And I'm like, I've told people that over the years too. Hey, look, I'm the sum total of all your prayers for me. So there we go. It does it shuts them down. So anyway, yeah. So Bradford just exposed the fact that I'm a sinner. There you go. Shout out. Kudos for that knowledge. Thank you, sir. The best live channel on the internet. Y'all are giving it to him. Y'all giving the best that you got. No, I don't need them calling in. I don't need them calling in. The moderators know I don't need that. I really don't. Shout out. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Ryan. I don't have my glasses on. You speaking directly to me? Who? You talking to me, the hitman? Who are you talking to? What are you saying to me, my friend? I don't know, man. They don't matter. I'm speaking directly to you. Okay. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I'm fine with your cult believing what they want. So now they're a cult because they're not chasing after phantoms? Come on, man. Come on, Bradford. Be more mature than that. Be much more mature. You don't just call people a cult because they're not chasing after phantoms. The evidence was presented and they believe the evidence. That's it. If there's other evidence to the contrary, show that evidence. Don't call them cult for that. Don't do that. Step the game up, man. Come on, man. Be more mature than that. You can do better than that. You know, I believe in you. I don't know about the rest of these people. They might not believe in you. But Bradford, Jason, Tiberius, Whitaker, believe in you, man. You can do better. Let's see what he says. Nothing we just talked about the situation, right? Nothing just talking about the situation, right? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Man, you can do better than this, man. I believe in you, man. I believe in you. Bradford, I'm just saying. I believe in my heart that you can do better than this, man. You're a better man than that. You're a better man than that. Step your game up. All right, y'all, we're having a good time, man. I'm trying to get through this. Wait. He said we are a cult. He doesn't know that you are a Presbyterian and I'm a Baptist. Plus the other mods are in different camps. I mean, hey, I tend to not get offended by people who don't know me. I say, because if you think the worst thing you can say about me is that I am in a cult, let me tell you something, my friend. I can tell you some things about James' son that will absolutely shock you. I'm a terrible person. I'm a horrible person. I needed a savior, and that savior is Jesus Christ. So really, whatever you say about me matters none, because I was called something far worse by somebody way greater than you. So therefore, that person who is way greater than you has called me his own. So I really don't care. I really don't. There will be no sleep lost tonight because Bradford doesn't like me. Let me tell you something, my dude. I could tell you some great things about me. I have such sights to show you. I don't care. I really don't. Hence why I'm sitting here milking the time, making fun of you. Religion is an accepted cult practice. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the wisdom of Bradford has been entered the chat. Shout out to Bradford. He's dropping that knowledge. Oh my gosh, man. So now humans are greater than the other? I guess so. I guess so. What is the other? The other what? You do have to, now come on now. Again, my guy, I believe in you, man. I believe in you. I want you to step your game up. If you're going to say the other what? Like be clear. Be clear. What are your thoughts about Dr. Candace Matthews from Houston? She's an activist who's going to appeal for the Anthony family. She's a complete and total fraud. There. My name is Jason at jwit.com. She's a fraud. Candace Matthews didn't materialize until after the funeral, after the trial. You know why? Because she knew that he was cooked. And she said she would get in there and get some kind of shine at the end. But Candace Matthews, she's got another problem. And I think it's right here. There's another problem with Candace Matthews that as well. Thank you, Daisy Vega. I appreciate it. There's the other problem with Candace Matthews. She can't spell. She has a shirt here that says, I demand Hakuna Matata? What does she demand? What in the merciful name of God are we talking about? What is she talking about? And who do you demand accountability from? From the young man that killed another young man? Where are you getting this accountability from? I guess I think she's trying to say accountability, but I have no idea what that is. So what is it that you want? So to answer your question, she's a fraud. She's got an honorary doctorate from somewhere. And most people don't run around calling themselves doctor if they have an honorary doctorate. Most people don't do that. Now, maybe they do. Maybe if they get 10 of them, they get to get 10, you get to call yourself a doctor. I don't know. But she has an honorary doctorate from a place that is suspect to say the least. So no, she's a fraud. I must say that. My name is Jason, jwitted.com. Let's go. Not another Candace, right? Not another one. All right. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, that necklace, wait, that necklace looks like it weighs a ton. that thing looked like it weighed a ton. Bring it back up in here. With it. It was a serious necklace. So she's doing a lot with that necklace. Yeah, she's doing a lot. She's doing the most. She's doing the most. But thank y'all so much, everybody. All right. I think we're good to go, y'all. I'm going to stop making fun of these people. All right. Yeah, there are a lot of activists everywhere, but I notice that those activists tend to be MIA when it comes down to the real brass tacks of actually helping, kind of like, Dominique Alexander. He's an activist, but you, sir, should not have been acting on behalf of the Anthony family. I think they did a horrible job of getting rid of him. Now, hold on now. Sad part is y'all really think y'all funny, a bunch of nerds. Really? Dang, man. It's spent all this time believing in you, man. Bradford, come on, man. Raise up the stakes of the insult. If you're going to insult them, nerd, what year are we in? Hold on, phone call. Oh, yeah, it's 1994. They want their insult back. Dude, come on, nerd. Come on. Y'all, come on, Bradford. Do a better job. Step that game up, my dude. I'm not trying to insult y'all. I'm going to insult the fact that you're not using proper grammar. So please, insult, but step the game up, though, man. Don't be half-stepping. Don't half-step, man. I need real, bring it, man. Made me reconsider my life. Made me reconsider, like, dang, do I want to do this? Like really, man? Bro, I'm an adult. Y'all been trying to come for me the entire time. Who are you? Who are you, Bradford? I'm only milking the time. I'm just doing this because I enjoy roasting. Just because you got soap bubble emotional handles, that don't bother me none. You chose to be here. Nobody asked for you. You can take your happy self wherever you want to go. You're making me important by singling me out. These other people texting. Well, they're texting and you're reading it. I'm just picking on you because it's kind of fun. It's actually kind of fun. You have my full attention. That's great. Give me something to pay attention to then. Step the game up. You got my attention and give me something to go with. Let's go. Give me something real, something tangible. And the bad thing is I text to the moderators of the chat almost, let me see, how long ago was it? I text them almost an hour ago that I was going to do this. Hold on. Let me. So you don't think I'm lying? Let me. I'm gonna screenshot it so you can see. So me talking to you is really actually I'm being consistent. All right, let's drop this out of here. I appreciate y'all. Like is being a nerd an insult in 26? I mean, now that we're definitely more individualistic and people are cool with being who they are, being in their own skin, is that really an insult to call somebody a nerd? I thought it was okay. I thought people were kind of cool with that. Is this it? No, this is not it. All right. So just so you know, Bradford, at 8:13, so that was better than an hour and a half ago, give or take. I said, hey, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I said, Bradford's about to get roasted. I'm doing exactly what I said I was gonna do. That's the only reason we're here, Bradford, is I'm just milking the time. So I appreciate you though, brother. Thank you so much, man. It's been fun. It's been a blast. You're always welcome to come. We save the seat at the front of the church all the time. 300 years. What's 300 years? Wait, I'm gonna send you Tiffany a felon to. Uh-oh. Send it to me so I can look at it first, because I don't want to accidentally show information that YouTube will say I'm sharing, I'm doxing. All right. I think we are good to go on the radio. And I'm cold getting paid because Rick said so. Yeah, nerds are people too. Nerd lives matter. No, it's fine. Nerd. Right. I don't see that being a problem. I don't think that's an insult. At least I can read and write in cursive. Uh-oh, Ginger throwing bowls out here. She said, at least I can read and write in cursive. Now that is a true statement. What we got? All right, good people going on in the chat. I appreciate the good conversation. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna end with, we have been practicing starting off with a song. I did that one today. I'm gonna end with one as well. So then to give y'all time to say goodbye to your peeps and holler at all that kind of good jazz. Because Chief Executive Second Born keeps coming by here asking me what time I'm done. So I'm gonna add that to the stream. That'll be different. Y'all say goodbye to your people. Thank y'all so very much for hanging out with us. Please make sure that you tap your waiter on the way out the door. Make sure you drop that like, all that kind of good jazz. Thank you so much for watching all the videos this week so far. We had some great videos, and I really am glad. I'm liking the feedback that you all are giving me. So thank y'all so much for that. I really appreciate it. And I am going to get ready to bug out of here. But let's do this. Let's do this one. I haven't done this one in a couple. We got about 6 minutes, give or take. Everybody, thank y'all so much. This is going to be about 6 minutes. Say goodbye to you people. Holler at your folk. Ease your way on out the door. I'll see you all real soon. Grace and peace.
Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge without speech or language, without a sound to be heard. Their voice has gone out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, like a bridegroom emerging from his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and runs its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true, being altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them indeed your servant is warned, and keeping them is great reward. Who can discern his own errors? Cleanse me from my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless and cleansed of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Oh Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The sky don't keep it quiet, it tells on the day. Glory in the morning, then the night gives way. The stars preach with no tongue, still I hear them say, there is a hand above me, calling me to stay. Day to day keeps speaking, night to night keeps sowing. No word leaves that canvas, the message carries on. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Your law is more than paper, it wakes up the soul. Your way can make the simple steady and whole. Your orders are right enough to show me the road. Your words are sweet like honey when my spirit They shine where I'm blind. They pull me back in line. They open up my eyes like light through the pine. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Who can see his own faults and call them by name? Search me, cut me open, burn off the shame. Keep me from the proud road, keep me from the life. Then I'll stand forgiven under your eye. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. May my rock and my redeemer hear me tonight. Make my hidden light stand in the
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whitt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.